I was kneeling in my garden, hands deep in the soil, when the flashbangs tore through my windows and a SWAT team tossed my wife right in front of me, her scream echoing like a wound I'd never heal. In our quiet corner of Willow Creek, a working-class neighborhood in Richmond, Virginia, I thought my days of war were buried. But when I said 5 words, "I have the Sentinel file," the whole raid froze, and I knew the secrets I'd hidden for 20 years were about to rip open a conspiracy that'd shake the nation. That dawn, with Angela trembling on our porch and a truth heavier than my old service rifle in my hand, wasn't just a violation. It was the spark of a fight that'd topple a shadow empire, save lives, and leave a question we're still running from. I'm James Turner, 64, a black veteran who spent 2 decades trying to live small, mentoring kids, tending tomatoes, keeping my nightmares locked tight. All while Angela, my wife of 39 years, held me steady with her quiet strength. Willow Creek's our home, a place of porch waves and kids' laughter, where we've built a life of routine to drown out the ghosts of my last tour. I was a logistics officer, not a grunt, but what I saw in the desert, unmarked contractors, civilian executions, experiments on detainees, stayed with me like shrapnel. I copied files from a commander's laptop, buried a USB drive in Nevada, and came home vowing silence, thinking it'd keep us safe. Angela and I volunteer at the rec center, her running a trauma group, me guiding teens and vets, trying to balance the scales for what I didn't stop back then. That morning, I was checking my peppers, humming Sam Cooke, when Angela called from the porch, her robe loose, her smile my sunrise. "Starting without me?" she teased. I grinned, wiping dirt on my jeans. "Just saying hi to the plants." We were ordinary, or so I thought, until the black SUV started parking on our street, watching, waiting, a signal my past was catching up. I wasn't just a gardener, I was a target. And those 5 words were my last defense. The raid wasn't random, it was Iron Gate, a private military contractor, hunting the Sentinel file to bury their war crimes and human experiments. My name on their kill list for daring to keep proof. They'd been watching us for weeks, Angela noticing the SUV, me spotting it on our cameras, always there 47 minutes, like clockwork. I met Marcus Tate, a civil rights lawyer, at a diner, his voice low. "Your veterans' lawsuits stirring trouble, James. They don't like exposure." I'd helped sue the Pentagon for drug trials that left us with tremors, but I didn't know they'd linked me to Sentinel. Iron Gate, led by CEO Victor Crane, wasn't just a company. It was a shadow, profiting off black sites where they tested drugs and weapons on detainees, all greenlit by names like Senator Brooks and General Hargrove. They saw me as a loose end, my silence their shield. But when they tossed Angela, they broke my vow. I stood there, her body convulsing, and roared, "I have the Sentinel file." The commander's eyes widened, his hand halting the team. "Confirm Sentinel protocol." He barked into his comm. They backed off, medics rushing to Angela, no arrests made. I wasn't just scared. I was unleashed, my secret a weapon, their fear my opening. The fight started like a fuse burning slow. Angela was stable but shaky, tremors from the taser lingering, her eardrum busted, blackouts hitting without warning. At the hospital, they stonewalled me, no visitors, a nurse said, dodging my eyes, but a janitor whispered, "Room 308, slipping me past security. Angela's red taser marks burned me worse than any wound I'd taken, 39 years, and I'd failed to protect her. She stirred, voice faint. "Why, James?" I squeezed her hand. "Rest, I'll explain." But guilt gnawed me, my silence a cage I'd trapped us in. Back home, our place was too clean. New windows, furniture shifted, a message, "We're still here." Andre, a 17-year-old I mentor, showed up. Camera bag slung low. "I filmed it all, Mr. T," he said, eyes wide, showing me footage of the raid, Angela's fall, my words stopping them cold. "It's online, hashtag why they froze," he added. 1 million views already. I wasn't just rattled, I was armed, Andre's video a spark, the Sentinel file a bomb I'd held too long. Iron Gate's motive was survival, cover up their crimes. From desert massacres to black site labs, my file the key to their downfall, their power rooted in silence. They escalated fast, bugs in our thermostat, data wiped from Angela's nonprofit. A fake inspector sniffing around, no city badge, just threats. Angela's voice shook. "This isn't normal, James. What's on that file?" I dodged. But her nightmare, men dragging folks from homes. Hit too close to what I'd seen. I drove to Nevada, alone, digging under a rock formation where I'd buried a backup drive 20 years ago. Its metal case cold, a drone glinting on the horizon. They were watching, but I was moving. Reggie Monroe, an old squad mate, slipping me a key in a hospital chapel. "Storage unit, your name." He whispered. "Disappear, brother." I wasn't running, I was digging, the file's truth heavier than ever, Angela's pain my fuel. The war surged when Iron Gate struck harder. But our counterattack, Operation Truthfall, lit the fuse to end them. They shot at me, a bullet grazing my fence, cut Angela's brake lines, nearly killing her. Kidnapped Officer Sarah Klein when she traced their shell companies. Sarah, a cop who'd known us for years, texted me, compromised, West Virginia, before vanishing. Elijah, Andre's hacker friend, pinged her phone to an Iron Gate compound, a fortress in the woods. I rallied my old unit, Betty, Marcus, others, gray-haired but sharp, using Elijah's fake IDs and Betty's signal jam to sneak in. We found Sarah, bruised but alive, in a basement archive, her voice cracked. They wanted the file, James. We grabbed a hard drive, slipped out as alarms wailed, Sarah leaning on me, whispering, "File 28's their kill list, you're on it." Back at our safe house, Elijah cracked the drive, revealing emails tying Crane to drug trials on migrants, Senator Brooks signing off. Hargrove greenlighting mass graves. Angela's face hardened. No more hiding. I wasn't just fighting. I was breaking their chains. Truthfall our strike to burn their empire down. Iron Gate's power was their secrecy, their reach strangling media, courts, even cops, but Truthfall was a flood they couldn't dam. We leaked Sentinel's files globally, 80 countries, mirrored sites. Encrypted drops, war crimes, black sites, names like Crane exposed. Andre's documentary, Weaving Our Raid, Miguel's testimony from a rescued black site, and family's grief, hit millions. Hashtag No More Sentinel trending worldwide. Hackers piled on, leaking Iron Gate's payrolls, memos, accounts, their walls cracking. Crane's press conference, denying it all. Faltered when a reporter asked about File 28. His flinch went viral, his lies unraveling. I led a protest on Capitol Hill, vets and families chanting, "Sentinel is truth." Photos of lost soldiers in our hands, the crowd swelling to thousands. Brooks resigned. Hargrove was cuffed fleeing to Dubai. Crane indicted on 90 charges. I wasn't just a veteran, I was a reckoning. But a note left at our hotel read, "Another war's coming." Crane's taunt, or a deeper shadow? The fallout was like spring after a long freeze. Iron Gate collapsed, its assets frozen. 37 arrests in a week, their black sites raided, detainees freed. Congress passed the Turner Act, funding trauma care for Taser victims like Angela, protecting whistleblowers, probing contractors. Sophie Lynn's report, Veterans File Topples Shadow Empire, hit 10 million views. Crane's name a meme for corruption. Willow Creek rallied, neighbors throwing a block party. Banners reading Truth Keepers. Andre won a Youth Film Award. Elijah launched a whistleblower platform. Sarah joined a federal oversight board. Angela's healing garden bloomed. Each planned a tribute to a victim. Kids leaving notes. "Thank you, Mr. T." I sat there, Rusty at my feet, Angela's hand in mine, coffee warm, the file in a safe. A reminder, truth's a seed, not a sword. Crane's note lingered, and signed. His echo, or a new threat? The DOJ hinted at wider syndicates, files still buried. How many truths still hide? Tell me below, face the system's lies? Share if Rusty's bark or Crane's fall hit you. And let's talk standing tall over folding. At Willow Creek, we don't just live, we expose. I didn't start out chasing justice. Just wanted to grow my tomatoes, guide my kids, love my wife. But Iron Gate's raid woke something I'd buried, anger, yes, but also duty, the kind that kept me up nights. Replaying those desert executions, knowing I'd done too little then. Angela's scream, her body crumpling, wasn't just an attack. It was a mirror, showing me I'd hidden too long. Thinking silence was safety. Those 5 words weren't planned, they just spilled out, raw and desperate, a line drawn in the sand. Every step after, digging up the drive, saving Sarah, leaking Truthfall, was for her, for Andre's wide-eyed trust, for Miguel's hollow stare in that black site cell. I wasn't a hero, just a man who couldn't look away anymore. who saw the cost of staying quiet in Angela's tremors, in the graves they'd hoped I'd forget. Looking back, I see the toll. Angela's blackouts, her hands shaking over tea, her nightmares mirroring mine. She didn't deserve this, but she fought beside me, her rage at being tossed fueling her push for truthful. Sarah risked her badge, her life, for us. Her voice cracking when she saw those files. Andre and Elijah, kids barely out of high school, grew up too fast, their innocence traded for courage. My old squad Betty's limp. Marcus cough. They answered my call, not for glory, but because they carried the same ghosts. Willow Creek changed too, neighbors once wary now family, their hugs at the cookout tighter. Their eyes saying, "We see you." Iron Gate wasn't just a company. It was a machine, grinding down lives for profit, Crane its cold heart, Brooks and Hargrove its willing hands. Taking them down wasn't vengeance, it was necessity, a chance to plant something better in the ashes. The Garden says it best, living memorials, not stone, growing stronger each season. Like the truth we unearthed. But that note, another war's coming, sits heavy. The DOJ's digging, finding threads to bigger players, files we haven't cracked. Was Crane a pawn? Is someone watching? Waiting? I check the locks, keep my cane close, scan the street at dawn. Angela says we've won, but her glance at the horizon tells me she feels it too. A storm brewing, quieter but no less deadly. Sagebrush hollows calm now. Kids playing, Rusty chasing squirrels, but it's the calm before thunder, the kind that keeps you sharp. I'm no crusader, just a man who knows secrets don't stay buried. And truth's a fight you don't choose, it chooses you. You out there, wherever you're watching, you've got your own truths to guard, maybe a secret, a wrong, a line you won't let them cross. Don't wait for the flashbangs to act. Grab your proof, your people, and speak. Iron Gate learned the hard way. Silence breaks when voices rise. Sentinel wasn't just a file, it was a wake-up call. For me, for Angela, for a world that's still listening. Willow Creek's stronger now, our garden greener, but that note's a shadow, hinting at fights unborn. What's your stand? Drop it below. Ever faced a hidden truth or a bully with too much power? Share if Andre's lens or Angela's garden hit you. And let's talk holding ground over giving in. At Willow Creek, we don't just live, we unearth, and we don't bow.